Now, on to the story. You are born in the outskirts of Kyoto in the last years of the Edo period. The capital is close enough that its bells sometimes drift into the fields, but far enough that it might as well belong to another life. Life on the outskirts is simple. Men work, women tend. Your father grows rice, bending with the seasons. When harvest is done, he carries goods into the city on his back. Grain, firewood, returning at dusk with aching shoulders, and stories that never quite explain what he has seen. He tells you about samurai, public executions, and even geisha. He says geisha are the most beautiful women you will ever see, as your mother glares at him. Your mother works without pause. She helps in the fields, tending silkworms as she feeds their pale mouths mulberry leaves. At night, she spins thread by lamplight, fingers moving too quickly to follow. The silk is sold to the capital. Beauty is a luxury your household cannot keep. Sometimes for festivals, she weaves cloth for you children, coarse but colorful and strong. By 5, you know how to sweep, carry water, and quiet younger siblings. Still, there is time to be child. You chase friends through the paddies after planting season, feet slick with mud. You play house beneath the eaves. You even play samurai with the boys. At festivals, kabuki troupes perform in makeshift theaters. Men in white paint and heavy wigs imitate women. Soft steps, tilted heads, sleeves floating like water. Someone whispers the word, geisha. You've never seen the real ones, but everyone knows their names. A few years pass, and you turn 7. A blight strikes the crops. Your father's rice sickens in the paddies, grain failing before it forms. The harvest collapses. At the same time, your mother's silkworms begin to die. The tray is empty. Other families suffer too, but yours collapses fastest. Debts grow quietly. Food jars shrink. Children go to sleep hungry. Then one afternoon, your father asks you a question, not ordered, not forced. He asks as if you'd like to go to summer camp. Would you like to become a geisha? You say yes immediately, proudly. Geisha are admired. They wear beautiful kimonos. You imagine music, dancing, people listening when you speak. Your father says it will take years of training. You nod solemnly, as if this is a test you intend to pass. Your mother cries softly, trying not to be heard. You don't understand why she looks at you as if memorizing your face. You promise to visit. You promise to send gifts. You promise everything a child can promise without knowing the cost. And the cost is you. This happens just before the Meiji Restoration reshapes the country. You were born into the old order. Under Tokugawa customs, fathers may sell daughters into service without shame or legal challenge. It is framed as duty, necessity, even care. The truth is, the question was never a choice. It was only asked so your parents could live with the answer. The next week, you are dressed in your best clothes. Your father does not speak much. The walk to Kyoto feels ceremonial, like a procession you do not yet understand. The streets narrow. The air changes. Lanterns appear. This is the Hanamachi, the flower district, spoken of in half sentences and lowered voices. You are taken to a building. You hear it called Anokia. Inside, you are not welcomed. You are not adopted. You are evaluated. You are turned slightly, told to stand straight, asked to open your mouth and recite. Hands inspect your posture, your teeth, your hairline. Papers are brought out. Money changes hands. No one explains anything to you. Only later, much later, do you understand. This is the day you were sold. That same day, the hierarchy reveals itself quickly and without kindness. The house comes first, always. Then comes the okasan, the mother who owns the house. Her authority is absolute. Below her stand the Signor Geiko, women whose names carry weight beyond the walls of the house. You are warned immediately. Never call them geisha. In Kyoto, they are geiko. That distinction matters. It is pride, tradition, and hierarchy woven into a single word. Only outsiders get it wrong. After them are the meiko, girls not much older than you, but already shaped into something polished. And then there is you, small, quiet, unrefined. Training begins the next morning. There is no easing in, period. Dance lessons before dawn, shimasen lessons until your fingers ache and split, speech training that teaches you not what to say, but how not to say too much. You are taught how to sit still, how to kneel, and how to lower your eyes without seeming rude. You learn how to pour sake. You're also made to drink it, as drinking tolerance is also introduced early. Not to indulge, but to endure. Sleep is another lesson. As part of your training, your hair is styled elaborately. Due to the cost, it must not be disturbed. So, you are given a takamakura, a wooden neck rest instead of a pillow. This makes your nights uncomfortable. When mistakes are made, punishment follows. A rod across the knuckles, forced kneeling for hours. You are told this is refinement, that discipline creates beauty, and tears are proof you are being shaped correctly. Here, pain is not hidden. It is explained as culture. After 8 months, the abuse wears you down. You tell your trainers you want to go home. They laugh. You don't understand why. You go to the graph. She scoffs and tell you your family has abandoned you, that you belong to here now. You don't believe her, so you threaten to run. It is a mistake. She orders you locked in a storage room, so he tells you she owns you by law, that you owe her money for sake, lessons, kimonos, paint, and hair. Each day you resist, your food is reduced. Your body breaks before your will does. By the second week, you are weak and shaking. It is at that moment you realize what it means to be a geiko. Anyone can learn steps or music. What the house is building is control over your face, your body, and your instincts. You're trained to be a living accessory to status, a professional listener, a flawless host, a moving piece of culture people can rent by the hour. And because it's Kyoto, where tradition is treated like law, the illusion has to be perfect. No cracks, no humanity leaking through at the wrong time. So you give in. You accept your place as an accessory. When you're set free, you face your training with fervor. You've always seen how the geikos seem untouchable. They move differently. They command rooms. You believe fiercely that if you endure long enough, you will become the best one of them, and everything will make sense. Years pass since your imprisonment. As you turn 13, you no longer cry the way you used to. The tears still come, but they pass faster now. You also miss home a lot less. The past few years have also seen a lot of changes. The country is changing. The shogun pledges loyalty to the emperor. The capital moves to Tokyo. The caste system is abolished. You think that is all, until rumors spread. A foreign ship in Yokohama, Chinese men in chains, a trial, foreign judges, Japan shamed before the world. You don't know the name Mario Luz, but you understand the result. People were freed. The Okia hums with anticipation. Senior Meikos speak carefully, their eyes bright. Geiko whisper late into the night. Someone says, debt slavery is illegal now. Someone else says, debts are re-raced. Even the Yoko-san grows quiet. When the edict arrives, it sounds like a miracle. The law says you are free, your debt abolished, your bondage unlawful. For one brief moment, the world opens. Girls imagine leaving, riding home, choosing their own futures. You imagine walking through the gate without permission, belonging only to yourself. Then the papers arrive. New contracts, new words, same hands. It says you were never a slave. You were a student. The debt never disappears. It changes form. Training fees, housing costs, kimono expenses, everything is itemized. Everything is now legal. You are told you may leave at any time if you repay what you owe. But no one can. The house absorbs the shock without changing shape. Lessons resume. Ledgers reopen as hope drains slowly and painfully. Freedom for you, you learn, has been postponed forever by better accounting. From this point on, you stop believing release will come from the outside. The Maria Luce affair didn't only affect you. It also brought unwanted attention to Kyoto. Foreigners accuse Japan of hypocrisy. They call geiko enslaved prostitutes, no better than courtesans. Kyoto is embarrassed. You see it in the Okasan's face. You see it in the thinning guest lists. Patrons disappear, not out of conscience, but fear of reputation. Kyoto needs an answer. So, it offers spectacle. The first Miyako Adori is announced. A festival of art, of culture, of proof. You are one of 32 Meiko chosen to perform. You are dressed identically. Light blue silk, heavy sleeves. Patterns repeating until no one can tell where we used to you. You are focused together for 15% of quarters and life. Place, you heavy sleeves. Patterns repeating until patterns provide no better. You are personally didn'tly for. No one can tell where one girl ends and another begins. When you rehearse, you are corrected not as an individual, but as a mistake in a line. Move together. Breathe together. Smile together. You are told this performance matters. Not for you, for Kyoto. On the day of the performance, the theater is full in a way you have never seen. Men with pale faces and sharp noses sit stiffly, blinking too much. Some are tall, like scarecrows. Others are round and red. Their clothes are dark, tight, and strange. No kimono folds, no soft edges. You do not know their names. You only know they are watching. The chant rises, and you step forward with the others. 32 bodies move as one. Sleeves lift, feet slide. The stage becomes a single organism breathing grace. You are told this is proof. Proof that geiko is art. Proof that Kyoto is civilized. Proof that Japan deserves respect. The applause is thunderous. You bow until your neck aches. That night, back in the Okuya, the ledger is unchanged. Your debt remains. You understand that your body can represent a nation and still not belong to you. Time moves quietly, measured in lessons and seasons. You grow tall. Your voice softens. Your body learns control before it learns comfort. By now, you can dance for hours without trembling, pour sake without spilling a drop, tune a shamisen by ear, and read a room before a word is spoken. You learn when to laugh, when to lower your eyes, and when silence earns more than speech. You learn how to drink without appearing drunk, how to smile while tired. The Miyako Adori returns every year as regular as spring. Each performance sharpens you. Each applause reminds you that refinement is rentable. At night, in shared rooms, the older girls talk. They speak carefully, in fragments, about sponsors, about ceremonies, and rumors they heard about the graduation from Meiko to Geiko. You have just turned 16 when your turn comes. Your mizuichi, which literally means hoisting from the water, is announced publicly as a graduation. The house calls it a ceremony. The okasan calls it an investment. The older geikos call it tradition. They explain the markers of transformation. Your color will turn from red to white. Your hairstyle will change, and your status will rise. You will no longer be called a child. You will be introduced as a woman, as a geiko in full. What they do not emphasize is the bidding. Men you have never met discuss your worth behind sliding doors. Numbers rise and fall as though they are trading silk and not a person. When the decision is made, it is delivered to you without ceremony. You have been purchased for the night by an elderly samurai, wealthy, respected, politically useful to the house. His name is spoken as though it is a blessing. You're told his payment will erase part of your debt and fund your debut. That this is how careers are built. The meeting itself is arranged with precision. The room is immaculate. Your movements are rehearsed. Your expression must remain calm. The patron speaks gently, as men often do when they believe they are being generous. You notice his hands tremble with age. It is at this point you realize, with a cold clarity, that this is not about desire. It is about ownership, about entitlement purchased and delivered. With sake flowing, he soon gets drunk. He grabs you by the arm and you flinch instinctively. But immediately you remember Okasan's words. Don't resist. So you stop resisting and retreat into your mind. Inside, your thoughts go far away. The experience itself is not dramatic. It is worse than that. It is hollow, mechanical. Something endured rather than lived. You focus on the ceiling beams, on the way your breath sounds too loud in your own ears. You even try to console yourself with the knowledge that this moment, this transaction, will be recorded as a success. When it ends, he leaves with quiet satisfaction. Your mane there, numb. Afterward, nothing looks different in the corridors of Diokya. The same floors, the same paper walls, the same rules. But you are no longer addressed as before. Your name appears more often on guest lists. Your sleeves grow longer, and your rank improves. People congratulate you. You are Tulud, you are fortunate. You are treated with more respect, but more caution. You are invited where you were once excluded. Men look at you differently, not as a promise, but as a possession with credentials. You realize you are no longer a child, not because you chose to grow up, but because your body has been converted into value. As the years go by, you bloom fully into your womanhood. At 23, your name is requested before others. Tea houses adjust their evenings around your availability. You no longer wait in the anteroom. You are announced. At banquets, you sit perfectly straight for hours. You laugh at the right moments. You remember who prefers dry sake and who likes flattery disguised as wit. The clients are different now. The samurai are gone. Their stipends dissolve into history. In their place come businessmen, ministry officials and industrialists who smell of ink, coal, and new money. They bring gifts. A lacquered comb from Osaka, a silk obi dyed in colors you've never seen before, imported chocolates wrapped in paper you cannot read. None of them belong to you. The Okia owns it all. One foreign client returns often, taller than the others. His Japanese rough but enthusiastic. He asks again and again if you will go back with him to his country. He speaks of freedom. You smile and refuse politely. You have heard what happens to women who accept. Rumors of how they vanish into circuses. Your image circulates too. A photographer poses you beneath painted cherry blossoms. These photographs appear on postcards sold to travelers. You hear foreigners buy them by the stack. You never see the money. You are told it goes toward expenses you did not approve. It is at your peak. You understand the truth clearly. While your fame has grown, your choices have not. You are admired, displayed, circulated, and still indebted. You realize visibility is not ownership of the self. Prestige is simply a higher shelf in the same cage. As you keep working each year, your debt also does not disappear with your popularity. The numbers barely change. Kimono maintenance, lessons, household fees. Each year replenishes, with the last one erased. You finally understand what the older women once meant when they said repayment was theoretical. The system was never meant to release you, only to keep you functional. During that time, your body begins to argue with the work. Knees stiffen after long nights. Your voice tires sooner. Your skin, once powdered smooth, now requires more care, more paint. Clients notice pauses you didn't used to need. They say nothing. They don't have to. They already notice the younger girls that graduate every spring with their collars newly turned white. Their laughter is loud, and their mistakes are forgiven duet to their youth, an attribute you no longer possess. Clients notice them immediately. You watch the familiar pattern repeat itself. The first glance, the indulgent smile, sponsors inquiries whispered to the Okasa. Men who once sent for you now ask casually if you've met the new girl from the Northern District. You say yes. You say she's promising. Because what else can you say? You are 30 when you notice the shift. At first, it's a canceled engagement, a polite apology from the tea house you once anchored. Then a night where you are seated slightly farther from the center. Then another where a younger Mai co-pours the drinks while you play music instead of dancing. Little by little, you're relegated to the sidelines. By your mid-30s, the transition is complete. You move into the background of the Okia. You no longer dress for banquets at all. You manage schedules. You correct postures. You remind girls to smile with their eyes. You wake earlier now to prepare others. You monitor allowances, arrange lessons, and report infractions. You enforce rules you once resented because leniency does not exist in the margins. The Okasan watches you closely, not as talent, but as labor, useful, replaceable. The girls you train remind you of yourself. 7-year-old hands clutching sleeves too big, 12-year-old silence mistaken for discipline. They ask if the work gets easier. You tell them the truth. Carefully. It becomes familiar. At 40, people have forgotten you. but your debt is still remembered, restructured, deferred, and justified. You belong to the house as much as ever, only now you help keep it running. You are no longer the face of the system. Now you are just one of its gears, and this machine never stops.